So we know how to graph a line when it's in y equals mx plus b form. And an activity we did in class, we kept getting this right here, y equals 5. And some people were like, I don't know how to graph it. I'm like, you do know how to graph it. If you look here, we can still identify my beginning point and my slope. Remember, my beginning point's my constant term. Well, my constant term is 5. So that's my beginning slope. And then I asked somebody, I said, well, what's your slope? And they're like, well, it's not there. I'm like, you're right, it's not there. And they're like, well, do we just put 0x? And I said, no, that's not simplified. So if it's not there, my slope is 0. And remember my story, when my slope is 0, it's okay, my skier's still alive. When my slope is 0, he is zooming straight across. So when you have a line that's y equals, and it's just that you just graph the y-intercept, and then you make a 0 slope. That's what that would look like. So if I were to graph y equals 5, here's my origin, and I would just graph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 slope all the way across. So if it's in y equals form, it's okay. It's okay to be in y equals form because my skier's alive. If my skier's dead, not okay. All right, so if you have a vertical line, that is bad news. What happens? My skier's dead. He is undefined. And so even in a graphing calculator, I can't graph x equals. It doesn't allow me to. My screen only says y equals, y equals, y equals. So this is not a good situation. That's not a good situation to be in. Neither is this predicament. So when you have a vertical line, your skier's dead, it's x equals. So a vertical line is written in the form x equals a, where a represents the line's intercept. So here my intercept is 3. So my line is going to be x equals 3. And that's how you would graph it. That's an actual linear equation, x equals 3. It's a bad equation because my skier is dead, but that is a linear equation, x equals 3. So when you look over here to the horizontal line, I find my y-intercept. It's at -1. And my slope is 0. So if I want to graph that, it's y equals -1. I wouldn't put y equals 0x minus 1 because 0 times anything cancels out and it just leaves me with y equals -1. So vertical line, bad news, skier's dead. Horizontal line, good news, skier's alive, and it fits the form y equals. So we can go through these fairly quickly. All right, so here, skier's dead. I know if my skier's dead, it's automatically x equals what? -2. 2, skier's alive. Good news. It's y equals +3. So y equals 3. Number 3, pause these and see if you can go about them really quickly. And then unpause and see if we get the same answer. Number 3, skier's alive. Good news. Y equals -5. That's my y-intercept. Number 4, skier's dead. Bad news. X equals. X-intercept is 4, so x equals 4. Number 5, look at those arrows there. He's dead. It's bad news. X equals 0. Skier's alive. He's zooming straight across. Good news. So it's y equals 2. Now, conversely, if I want to graph them, where is y equals 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's alive, so he is zooming straight across. X equals -1, so I go where x is equal to -1. He's dead because that's bad news, so I graph it like that, still with the straight edge. X equals 3, so I go to 3. He's dead, so it's straight up and down. Y equals -2, so I find my y-intercept. He's alive, so he's zooming straight across. Number 11, y equals 4, so I go to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He is alive, so he is zooming straight across. X equals -7, so x-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's dead, so he's up and down. So if I answer these questions quickly, what is the slope of the line with y equals 4? 0. What is the slope of line is x equals -2? Bad situation, it's undefined. What is the slope of the line with x equals 0? He's dead. Bad news. Undefined. All right. Look at this one. Highlight this one. You're going to see it on a quiz. You will see it on a test. So highlight which axis. Look at what it's saying. If you had to graph this out, Which axis is parallel to y equals -1? Well, this is what y equals -1 looks like. Which axis is parallel to that? Parallel, they don't intersect. My x-axis is parallel. Most students say they don't even draw the picture. They just put y-axis because it says y equals. No, it's not. Draw a picture. Which axis is x equals 4 parallel to? Well, let's draw a picture of x equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which axis is parallel to that? My y-axis. How does the graph of y equals 3 differ from y equals 3x? All right, so if I graphed y equals 3, 1, 2, 3, no slope. Here, my slope is 3, my beginning point is 0. So here, my beginning point is 0, my slope is up 3/1. How are these different? Well, this one has a 0 slope. This one has a slope of 3. That's how they're different. So here, you have your beginning point. Here, you have your slope with a 0 beginning point. So hopefully that's easy. If you struggle on that, come and see me.